Protocol is Border Gateway Protocol version 4. In short, we call it as BGP4. It is inter-domain. It means the communication happens between different autonomous systems. So before we go there, let us understand a little bit introduction about the BGP4. It's a very complex protocol. So it does have a relationship with intra-domain routing protocols like RIP and OSPF, which we discussed previously. In the figure, we can see that the internet with 4 autonomous systems are there: AS1, AS2, AS3 and AS4. 4 different autonomous systems are connected. Each autonomous system in the diagram uses one of the two common intra-domain protocols, RIP or OSPF. It means within each AS, RIP or OSPF will be running. Each router in each autonomous system knows how to reach a network that is in its own autonomous system, but it does not know how to reach another autonomous system. So to enable to reach to the another autonomous system, BGP4 will come into picture. Now before to understand the BGP4 properly, first we have to understand external BGP on each border router which is installed, and the second variation which we have to understand is internal BGP to understand the full BGP operation. So first, external BGP, in short we call it as eBGP. So let us see the operations of eBGP. So operation of external BGP. Now we can consider the BGP is a kind of point-to-point protocol. When the software is installed on two routers, they try to create the TCP connection using a well-known port 179. That is the port number 179. In other words, we can say that a pair of client and server processes continuously communicate with each other and exchange the messages. The two routers that can run the BGP processes are called BGP peers and BGP speakers. The eBGP is a variation of BGP, allows two physically connected border routers in two different autonomous systems to form a pair of eBGP speakers and exchange the messages. So it mainly deals with the border routers, how the border routers communicate. So let us better understand using a diagram. So this is the diagram we can see, and circled numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 are actually telling us which router is communicating. Now the circled routers defines the sending router in each case. Now we can consider the message 1, that is encircled as 1 here, is actually sent by the router 1, and it tells the router 5 that N1 and N2 are connected to it, the network 1 and network 2 and network 3 also is connected to it. Router 5 can now add these piece of information at the end of the forwarding table. So router 5 will add its own value which is sent by the router R1, that is N1 and N2, and N3 is connected to router 1. It means router 5 will understand to reach N1, N2 and N3 it has to pass through R1. So that is actually done by the router 5. Now there are two problems which can happen here. Those two problems are: some border routers do not know how to route the packet which is destined to a non-neighboring AS. For example, non-neighboring AS means for AS2 the neighboring AS is AS1. For AS2, AS4 is the non-neighboring one because they are not directly connected, and for AS2, AS3 is also a non-neighboring autonomous system. So you can say that R5 doesn't know how to reach the R9 or network 13 and network 14. Same, R6 will not be knowing about R5 and R9. So R9 will not be knowing about the networks AS2 and AS3. So the non-neighboring AS will not routers will not be knowing about these information. None of the non-border routers know how to route a packet which is destined for any other networks in other autonomous systems. So to eliminate these two problems, the next version, that is iBGP, should run. So let us see the operation of internal BGP, that is called iBGP. The iBGP protocol is similar to the eBGP protocol. It uses the services of the same TCP, and it uses the port number also same, which is 179, but it creates a session between any possible pair of routers inside the autonomous system, not outside, which is on inside. That's why it is called internal BGP. However, some points should be made clear. The first point is the autonomous system has only one router. There cannot be, if it does have only one router, then there cannot be iBGP session. If only one router, then there is no problem. So there is no iBGP session. For example, we can see that inside AS24 and the AS2 and AS4 in our network, there is AS2 which does have only one router, and AS4 which does have only one router. So in these two, there is no need, AS2 and AS4, there is no need of iBGP because there is only one router. The second point, if there are n number of routers in the autonomous system, there should be n into n minus 1 divided by 2 iBGP sessions in the autonomous system, which creates a fully meshed, you know that what is a mesh network, to prevent loops in the system. We can say, in other words, each router needs to advertise its own reachability to peer in the session instead of flooding what it receives from another peer in another session. So it has to advertise its own reachability, how it can be reached. So you can see that this figure shows the combination of the eBGP and iBGP, which is totally BGP 4 session, which is going inside a network. Now let us understand what is happening here. Now the intra-domain routing protocol have 4 messages are to be exchanged. The first message is sent by R1 announcing that the network 8 and network 9 are reachable through the path AS1 and AS2. So that is network N8 and N9 can be reached to R1 through R1, and it has to pass through AS1 and AS2. This message is sent through separate session to R2, R3 and R4 routers. So routers R3, R2, R4 and R6 do the same thing but sends different messages to different destination. So this updating process doesn't stop here. For example, if R1 receives the update message from R2, it combines the reachability information about autonomous 3 with reachability information it already knows about autonomous 1 and sends a new message to R5. Now R5 knows how to reach AS1 and AS3 because AS3 information was sent by R2 to R1, which I sent by again from R1 to R5. This process will continue until the whole network is formed, and then the eBGP4 will be worked properly.